Clinging to someone who doesn't value you is perhaps the most self-destructive form of betrayal. It's willingly staying where your presence is barely acknowledged. It's offering love only to receive coldness in return. It's constantly reaching for emotional scraps, while the other person drains your energy without reciprocating. And deep in your heart, you recognize you deserve better, yet you remain. Carl Jung wisely stated, "What you resist persists." This perfectly describes what happens when you refuse to release someone who doesn't appreciate you. You resist accepting the truth. You resist understanding that love should come naturally. You resist seeing that your persistence only diminishes your value in their eyes. The outcome is an endless cycle where you exhaust yourself emotionally, mentally, and physically, while they continue their life without a second thought. Here's the painful truth many avoid confronting. If someone doesn't value you, it's rarely because they can't. It's because they choose not to. Mentally, attachment transforms you into your own greatest enemy. Your thoughts become a constant struggle between fantasy and reality. You tell yourself countless lies. Perhaps if I change this about myself, they'll finally see my worth. Maybe they just need more time to understand how they feel. If I create some distance, they'll miss me and return. But every day you remain trapped in this illusion, you lose another fragment of your authentic self. Physically, attachment manifests as bodily distress. Your body recognizes when you're trapped in a destructive situation. The insomnia, constant anxiety, overwhelming fatigue, and recurring headaches aren't coincidental. You're investing immeasurable energy into someone who gives nothing back, and your physical well-being pays the price. Spiritually, attachment prevents your personal evolution. Jung discussed individuation, the journey towards becoming your authentic self. When you cling to someone who doesn't value you, you wander far from your life's purpose. You become merely a shadow of your potential, trapped in a one-sided relationship that continuously depletes you. Consider the story of a woman who devoted her days to a man who never prioritized her. She was consistently the one initiating contact, making calls, trying to sustain a connection while he remained emotionally absent. One evening, after another ignored message and another hollow excuse, she gazed at her reflection and asked the only question that truly mattered. Why do I continue this? In that moment, clarity struck her. It wasn't him causing her pain. It was her own choice to stay. It wasn't his betrayal hurting her. It was her betrayal of herself by accepting less than she deserved. It wasn't him destroying her. It was her lack of courage to walk away. That night, she made her decision. She removed his contact information. She stopped waiting for his attention. She ceased making efforts for someone unwilling to reciprocate. And something remarkable happened. For the first time in ages, she felt liberated. She realized it had never been love at all, but attachment disguised as hope. Remember this crucial lesson. If you're still holding on to someone who doesn't value you, it's not love driving you. It's fear. This is what you must understand. If you need to convince someone to value you, you've already lost. If you feel compelled to prove your love through constant sacrifice, it's not love, it's dependency. If that person truly cared, you wouldn't need to question it. Here's the absolute truth. Genuine love doesn't require convincing. It's either naturally felt, or it's not love. Love isn't something to beg for. It flows freely, or isn't authentic. Love doesn't destroy you. What destroys you is your fear of letting go. Did this message resonate with you? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you're finding value in this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to Motivation Dose for more content that helps you grow. Your journey matters to this community. When you finally release someone who doesn't value you, you expect immediate relief. You anticipate waking up feeling empowered, strong, and free. You believe making the right choice for yourself should instantly eliminate the pain. But reality differs. Instead of relief, you feel an overwhelming emptiness. Instead of strength, you experience a seemingly endless sadness. Instead of freedom, you feel completely adrift. This is when many people break and return. They convince themselves that letting go was wrong. They tell themselves the situation wasn't so terrible, that perhaps they should have persisted longer, that the current pain exceeds what they felt being undervalued. But here's the truth. That emptiness doesn't indicate a mistake. That emptiness signals you've finally broken free from an emotional dependency that was slowly destroying you. Jung once said, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid confronting their own soul." That's precisely what you're experiencing now. You're finally facing yourself without the distraction of someone who never truly appreciated you. For the first time, there's no one else to blame, chase after, or invest your energy in. It's just you. And while it might not seem so initially, this is the greatest gift you could receive. Emptiness isn't loss, it's space for something new. When you release someone, your mind enters a state of crisis. Mentally, your brain resists change, even when the relationship was harmful. Your mind doesn't distinguish between what helps or hurts you. It simply craves familiarity. Emotionally, you feel like you've lost part of yourself. Not because that person was essential, but because you invested so much into them that letting go created an empty space within. Energetically, all your focus was directed towards someone else. Now, you must learn to redirect that energy back towards yourself. This is where many stumble. They don't know how to utilize that energy. They don't know how to fill the emptiness healthily. They struggle to support themselves emotionally without that person in their life. And that's why they often return. Not because that person benefited them, but because they believe anything is preferable to facing the void. But here lies the secret. The void isn't something to fill with another person. It's the space needed to rebuild yourself. It's the opportunity to fill yourself with your own essence, to discover who you are beyond that relationship, to reconnect with the version of yourself you abandoned while holding on to someone who never truly appreciated you. Consider a man who spent years pursuing a woman who never fully committed to him. Each time he tried walking away, she pulled him back with empty promises, but never offered real commitment. Each time he established boundaries, she manipulated him with sweet words. Years passed this way, until finally, after another disappointment, he decided to truly let go. He removed her contact information, walked away without explanation, and for the first time focused all his energy on himself. The initial days were agonizing. The urge to contact her consumed him. He felt something within him dying. But gradually, something shifted. He realized what he actually missed wasn't her. He missed the version of himself that existed in that relationship. He missed the illusion, the role of trying to make everything work. He missed validation from someone who had never truly made space for him. When he understood this, the emptiness vanished. He realized it had never been love. It had been dependency disguised as connection. That night, he slept peacefully for the first time in years. Not because she returned, but because he was no longer waiting. How do you transform emptiness into freedom? First, don't rush to fill it with another person. The greatest mistake is jumping into another relationship just to avoid the void. If you do, you'll only repeat the pattern. The void isn't meant for someone else to fill. It's for you to meet yourself. Second, use that space to heal and rebuild. Ask yourself questions you've never dared to ask. What do I truly want from life beyond relationships? What parts of myself did I abandon in that connection? What passions did I set aside while focusing on someone who didn't value me? This is your time to reclaim your identity. Third, learn to hold yourself emotionally without seeking distraction. The void hurts because we're unaccustomed to being with ourselves. True strength emerges when you can sit with the discomfort of emptiness without escaping it. That's where transformation happens. Fourth, remember, letting go isn't losing, it's gaining freedom. If someone didn't value you, you didn't lose a person. You lost the burden of carrying something never meant for you. Letting go doesn't leave you with less. It leaves you with more of yourself. Remember this lesson. If you're feeling the void after letting go, don't panic. The emptiness isn't punishment. It's your soul creating space for a new version of yourself. Don't fill it with another relationship, distractions, or hoping that person might return. Fill it with the only thing that should have never been missing, yourself. Because here's the absolute truth. If you can hold yourself through that emptiness without surrendering, if you can resist returning, if you can endure the temporary pain of detachment, you'll soon realize what you actually lost wasn't love. It was a burden you were never meant to carry. Thank you for watching this far. If this video has helped you in any way, please consider subscribing to Motivation Dose and hitting the notification bell so you never miss our uploads. Drop a comment sharing your experience or thoughts. Your story might inspire someone else on their journey. And if you know someone who needs this message, share this video with them. Together, we grow stronger